Well, we're down here with Carl Edwards, who had his best restrictor plate finish of the year. Coming into tonight, he had done better than 23rd, now a 4th. What's made the difference?
Well, through a lot of the race, it's just my team. You know, the stops were great. My teammates worked with me really well. Now, let me tell you, I came here to win this race, but I've never been so excited to see somebody else win. You know, to see Jamie McMurray in that 26 team get a win, that's really special. And, you know, there at the end, I had a decision. In turn 3, I thought, man, I could make it 3 wide, or I could push him. And I thought I'd push him. He's a good guy, and he deserves to win. He works hard. Just awesome to be a part of a race like that.
Well, it's been kind of a tough year for the Roush team, but tonight, 2 cars in the top 5.
It almost looks like those guys had fun tonight. You know?
Well, now that it's over, they're having fun.
Okay, got a couple things to sort through here. Jamie McMurray led early in this race, but watch here. He's going to go down left side tires below the yellow line.
Got black flag for that.
Had to make a pass-through penalty and basically was a half a lap behind the pack.
Caught a caution at the right time to stay on the lead lap.
Then worked his way to the front, and then this is the finish. NASCAR began electronic scoring in 1993. Since that time, this ties for the second closest finish since they began electronic scoring in 1993. It ties with an Earnhardt, Dale Earnhardt win over Ernie Irvan at Talladega in July of 1993. The closest finish was at Darlington in March of 2003. Ricky Craven beating another Busch, Kurt Busch. So Jamie McMurray in victory lane. So we certainly want to thank all of our sponsors that participated in our TNT wide open coverage. Ford, NEXTEL, Miller Lite, AutoZone, DirecTV, our friends at Goodyear, Larry Mack and those hard-working people at Subway restaurants, the Principal Financial Group, Toyota, and Pepsi. Let's check in with Larry and Mark Fine.
Yeah, Bill, I just got done wiping some more mustard off his face. Larry, let's talk. Definitely an eventful race tonight. No shortage of excitement. We know the winner was black flagged early in the race. He wasn't the only one with issues, though, but just because you had issues didn't mean you weren't going to obviously have a chance to compete.
Well, I think those guys had to keep their focus. They had their cheerleader, their spotter, cheering them on, coax them. Hey, we've got a good race car. We can make it back. I think it's been documented about Jamie McMurray going out of bounds below the out-of-bounds line, having to do the drive-through penalty. We talked to Clint Boyer. Ignition box failure there right in the middle of the pack. He flips that back and gets back up to the front, leads that thing late in the race. Give a call to Casey Kane and Kenny Francis. That car, the 9 car for Evernham, pretty good crash there on lap 3. That kept fighting back, and who would ever believe this would only be his second top 10 finishes? But I think, all in all, Mark, you've got to give a huge call to the Roush Fenway group. This is a racetrack that Chevrolet has been normally the dominant manufacturer over the last 5 or 6 years. They've won 11 of the last 13 races. The Cat in the Hat, Roush Fenway, all 4 of their 5 cars up there in the top 7 or top 8.
Yeah, 11 of the last 13 coming into this race, and 7 straight before Ford got the win today. Bill, back up to you guys.
Thanks, you guys. Hope you enjoy the race. It was fun to watch and work with you. You saw the finish order on the ticker at the bottom of the screen. We're running the points for you now. Jeff Gordon now 277 over Denny Hamlin. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 12th, but just 49 points ahead of Jamie McMurray. That's the final spot, obviously 12th, to get in the chase for the championship. This is why they sell tickets at Daytona and Talladega.
Well, it's a different race than we see in the 500 in February, and I think it's a funner race to watch, Kyle. I mean, because, you know, these guys are working a lot harder. Their cars are sliding around. And, well, it obviously doesn't get much more exciting than the finish we had here tonight.
Yeah, this had everything. This had, you know, a slick racetrack, so drivability was critical here, more so than the aero that we talk about all the time when we go to Daytona and Talladega. Pit strategy, whether it was 2, whether it was 4, whether it was pit, whether it was not pit, it didn't make any difference. And finally, it comes down to an 8 or 10 lap shootout, and it's some of the greatest race car drivers in the world. I've gained a lot more respect in the 6 weeks
that I've worked up here with you guys for what these guys can do on a racetrack, because these guys are magic in a car.
It's amazing to watch week in and week out, and especially at the restrictor plate tracks. Next week, it's NASCAR NEXTEL Cup Racing from Chicago. Join us next Sunday. Our coverage begins at 2:30 Eastern Time with NASCAR on TNT Live, followed by the Countdown to Green, and then the race from Chicago. Now, coming up next on TNT, it's a special encore presentation of 24 by 24, Wide Open with Jeff Gordon. But this broadcast team is not done. We're going to the internet. If you want more post-race coverage from here at Daytona, go to NASCAR.com for the Jack Daniels post-race show. Our entire TNT crew will meet you there in just a matter of seconds. We'll have more interviews and more race analysis. Hope you enjoyed our wide-open coverage from Daytona. Jamie McMurray will always be known as a Daytona winner. SeeIt.com.
Gentlemen, start your engine! Get your motor running. Head out on the highway, looking for adventure. And whatever comes